What's up everyone, Darcblade here, bringing you an Uncharted free patch video. This is going to be for patch 1.09. It was released on April 9th, which is a Monday. It is released simultaneously with its previous patch 1.08. This is because both were made in development and tested around the same time. Thus, Naughty Dog decided to release them simultaneously on the same day. Now, whilst 1.8 covered some minor gameplay changes, 1.9 covers some major changes in my opinion, mainly to do with weaponry. Now the gameplay changes are as follows. The first gameplay change they've made is that the Gmaul has reduced stopping power now. They are reducing the stopping power of the Gmaul by 50%. This is probably going to make the gun a little bit weaker. It still is probably going to be quite strong and on par with other guns out there, but it's going to try to make the gun not as dominating as it is at the moment. At the moment, all you see is people using the Gmaul normally. I personally think it's a little bit of a shame, as I enjoyed the Gmaul. It was my favourite gun when the game first came out, and back in the beta even, it was my favourite gun. But as in any game, there is normally always one gun that is stronger than the others, and this is the Gmaul's turn. Before the Gmaul, it was the FAL SS, being the overused, overpowered gun, and before that, it was the Cal 7. So every gun seems to have its turn. Next, we'll probably see the M9 with rapid fire get nerfed a little bit. Even though this is a nerf to the Gmaul, one of my favourite guns, I do hope it will prevent all the camping that's going on, and hopefully we will see a diversity at last in weapons, where each weapon is getting used equally as the others. But unfortunately, this probably won't be the way. There's always going to be one gun more powerful than the others, and we'll see what's next. The next change they've made in terms of gameplay is they've increased the riot shield health. They've increased it by 18%. This is good because the riot shields seem to feel a bit soft, and they weren't getting used as much as well. If you are a sidearm fanatic and only like to use your sidearms, then picking up the riot shield is a good tactic. This just makes it even stronger if you enjoy that sort of gameplay. Now, one change that they have made is a nerf to the double barrel sawed-off shotgun. A nerf is reduce the effectiveness of. They've basically made it so that the jumping whilst blind firing is no longer that effective. I personally preferred to use the SAS-12 than the double barrel sawed-off shotgun, but when I did get the sawed-off shotgun, jumping around relying on the blind fire whilst jumping just didn't feel right to me. Anyway, it might piss off some people, this change. One of the biggest changes, and a change I really approve of, is that they have buffed the AK-47, which is great because it is a really underused gun at the moment, except if you're level 1. The bullet spread for the AK-47 has now been tightened by 10%. This makes the reticle not bounce as much, and will make the AK-47 a easier gun to aim. Now that is pretty much it for 1.09's gameplay changes. A huge general change though that they are adding with this patch is that all cinema files captured pre 1.09 will no longer be accessible. So if you're watching this and the patch is already installed, you've lost your cinema files, unfortunately. Naughty Dog are warning us, and they've warned us back in 1.8 as well, that this will be happening. So if you've taken the right steps, you would have either uploaded them to YouTube or even exported them to your PS3 to save them. I personally think this sucks a bit, but there are probably technical reasons for this happening. It sucks for me personally because all of my charting the maps, and I'm even working on the gun guide for the pistols, and the gameplay footage was in the cinema files, so I'm going to have to go and do that all over again. Unfortunately. Oh well, it means I get to play the game some more. And with the new DLC that is coming out soon, it's going to make the game seem fresher once I'm capturing this footage again. The last thing that's coming with patch 1.09 is a server change. They are going to update the server sides to allow for live updates to weapon functionalities. This is good so they don't have to keep taking the game offline to apply little patches or little changes to weapon functionalities. Anyway, that is pretty much it for 1.09. 1.08, as I said, is coming out the same day, and there is a previous video I'll leave in the description below that covers all the changes that are coming with that patch. I gotta say, one thing that Naughty Dog are preparing us for is that they are adding the lab. This is a game mode where they put experimental game types into it. It was in Uncharted 2, and basically this tests out new game types to see what the community thinks of them, and that. It's like an experimental lab, thus the name. I heard that one of the first ones is going to be T-Bot Sniper Rifle and Mag 5 Team Deathmatch. Well, you can see that being quite chaotic, at least I can anyway, although it's two of my favourite weapons. Well, maybe not so much the Mag 5, but the T-Bot Sniper Rifles anyway is one of my favourite weapons, and it'll be great to play a team deathmatch solely with that, I think, and hope. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay going on in the background. It's, again, another older match that I'm going to have to delete thanks to the cinema files being reset and that. I thought I might as well get some use out of it and show you it while I talk about the patch. Same goes for the previous video as well. That was an older gameplay. In this match, I go 11-0. This is the only flawless match I've ever had. So anyway, I'll leave the links to the patch notes and the details about the DLC in the description below, where you can take a look and see what you think of what's going on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video again. I've been Darcblade. Subscribe and like for more.